Recently, Stuff Mom Never Told You fan April asked me both on YouTube and on Twitter if I could talk about cliques because, as she tweeted to me, I despise them! When I was in high school, I completely despised them too because I wasn't in the cool one. I wonder why. The three main questions people tend to have about cliques is why do they exist in the first place? Are they good or bad? And do clique labels stick with you forever? Clearly mine probably still does. First up, why do cliques exist in the first place? Sociologists love cliques because they are an innately human kind of formation that begins when we are very, very young. Studies have found that kids start selecting and rejecting their peers as early as preschool and kindergarten. By the time kids reach late elementary school, around 8 to 10 years old, distinct cliques have already begun forming. If you ask a sociologist why cliques form, the answer will probably have a lot to do with our human impulse to find our own identity while seeking the approval of others. In other words, as we grow up, we tend to gravitate towards specific cliques as our way of figuring out who we are and where we fit in the broader world. In the process of doing so, we also seek approval from the peers that we admire or aspire to be, in the form of, yeah, come join our clique, or go sit at another table, Cristen. There are even some high schools out there set up to discourage clique formation among students, but sociologists would probably tell those schools, great intent, but not gonna happen because we are innately driven to find our tribe. Which leads to question number 2, are they good or bad? A lot of times cliques get a bad rap for being alienating, exclusionary, and even bullying if you are on the outside of a cool clique. Even if you're on the inside of a cool clique, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are insulated from power dynamic issues, because once you are in a clique, it is not guaranteed that you will not at some point be kicked out. As probably anyone who has been to middle and or high school can attest, it's a brutal tribal system at work. And on top of that, research has well established that your peer group has a strong influence over things like your grades, your attitudes, and your behaviors both inside the classroom, out of the classroom, and at home. The good side of things, if you're in a clique that's healthy, positive, and supportive, that could influence you to get better grades, have better attitudes, and better behaviors. But vice versa if you're in a not so positive clique. Which leads me to the third and final question, do clique labels stick with you forever? I don't know why forever has spirit fingers. Ooh, what? To me, this answer is most fascinating because it is the one that has changed the most over time. Sociologists think that the clique designation students get today, such as being a jock, a nerd, a stoner, a class clown, don't have as lasting an impact on us because of something called emerging adulthood. A fancy way of saying that millennials tend to take longer to do things like get married, have a family, settle down, find a career. Scholars think that it gives us more time to try on different selves and really figure out who we are as adults, compared to, say, our parents' generation that got married and started families much sooner after high school, when those labels might have felt like a bigger part of their adult identity. Regardless of the fact that we can move on from the person that we were in high school, thank goodness, the social trials and tribulations that tend to come along with environments dominated by cliques, such as high school or even, yes, the professional world, can have a lasting emotional resonance. Which is why I want to know from you, how do you deal with cliques? Because we're never going to get rid of cliques entirely, but is there a way to manage them better? If you feel like you've never found your tribe, well, this is one. Join us. It's Stuff Mom Never Told You, the coolest, smartest tribe in town. Okay, not the coolest. It's not the coolest. Cliques don't stop after high school. This is not the intro I want. Forever. The ice cream truck is back. Get out of here with your popsicles and drumsticks. It's go. I think it's going away. There goes a truck full of porta potties. Where am I right now?